I'm here to listen to you and look at this company, what they've done here. It's probably one of the greatest honors of my entire life to be standing here and working with this wonderful company. I want to tell you a story. This leads right into my talk about the People First Bridge, closing the profitability gap. Let me ask all of you a question. Right now, every organization we've ever worked with, I've been doing this for 45 years, every time we sit down with a CEO, we talk to them about their vision. And they're always struggling to achieve that vision. Please say yes. Anybody out here? Struggling to achieve that. And so to really bring this home, to prove my point, let me ask you 3 questions. Number 1, and this is all about you. This is not a sales presentation. Hold on to your wallets. I'm going to try to sell you. I want to serve you. And what Tom said, I want this to be a talk that's going to impact your thinking and to really enrich your life. So here are the 3 questions to make you think about your profitability gap and you achieving your vision. Number 1, what are your organizational goals? What are your goals? Every leader, the things I'm talking about right now, this is what we see, that 80% of the people don't think, 15% think they think, and 5% think. And the thinkers are characterized by asking the best questions. So here are the 3 of the best questions. Number 1, goals. What are your organizational goals? Is everyone in the company focused on those top 3 goals? I introduced this to Tom several years ago, and I talked to Tom and asked Tom, I said, Tom, what are your 3 top goals expressed in this language? What are your 3 key business imperatives? I said, wow, Jack, you're making me think. So he said, so what's my assignment? I said, what do you think? Come back the next time, I want to see those, and put those in the order of priority. So he did that, and now he runs the whole company worldwide with the key business imperatives. We call this the KPIs. Second question, to really make you think about your vision. Second question, what do you care about the most in your organization? Does everyone know your heart? What do you care about the most? That's not a good question. That's a transformative question. That's going to transform you, first of all, and it's going to transform everyone in your organization once they align with what's most important to you. So we ask, I love working with Tom. Next week, I'll be here as executive coach and working all week with all the C-suite people. Then I'll spend 8 hours, normally we spend 8 hours with Tom at his home. Just a deep dive with him. And I love working with him because he's such a great student. He wants to learn, he's hungry to learn. I'll say something in the middle of the talk and I'll say, do you mind if I say something? He'll say, oh, I've been talking too much. No, you go ahead. Jack, you go ahead and talk. But I love what his ideas, I love getting him going. So I said, Tom, there are 3 of the most important questions in business, and you want to write these down. Not only the 3 most important questions in business, they're the 3 most important questions in life. Are you ready? What's more important? what's less important, and what's not important at all. Here's what we found. Most companies, in my 45 years of doing this, they're focused, 20% in the company is focused on what's more important. We call that the WMIs. Does everyone know the WMIs? What's more important? What's less important? And what is not important at all? Where's Paul? There's Paul. Paul's a lean guy. Give it up for Paul. Paul's a great guy. Give it up for Paul. Paul's a great guy. I love Paul. Here's a word that Paul knows. This word is a Japanese word. It's muda. Muda means waste. Right, Paul? So waste goes in the category of that third question. What's not important at all? If you have people focusing in those areas, that is waste. So, 3 questions. I want to talk about your vision as far as really achieving your vision. The first one, what are your goals? Second one, what do you care about the most? Third question, what's your strategy? Think. How much time do you spend thinking about your business? We're involved in working in our business, but what's the time you spend thinking about your business? What's your strategy to grow your market share, to increase your profit? Here's one thing I know for sure. Whatever your focus is, that boils down to this. It's all about taking this focus and saying, how does this line up with my current state and my desired future state? The gap between that is what you must understand as a business leader. And we call GAP, G-A-P, it stands for Greater Achievement Potential. Current state, everyone knows our current state. Desired future state, this is where we should be, this is where we could be, if we all understand how to close the profitability gap. What are your restraining forces? What are your driving forces? Let's look at this, and what I want to introduce your mind to is 3 approaches to closing the profitability gap. There are 3. Most popular. The first one that we're going to show you today, it is good. It's a good approach. The second one I'm going to show you is a better approach, much better. But the third is the best. Tom Manenti, everyone here in this organization, Terry, CFO, back here, Terry McGrath, all the people here in MiTek, they have adopted not the good approach, not the better approach, the best approach to closing the profitability gap. If I can show you a 4-point strategy, I want to ask you a very important question, so please don't miss this. If I can show you a 4-point strategy, a proven, time-tested strategy that we've used with some of the greatest companies in the world, MiTek, you're here, Iron Mountain, Kimberly-Clark, some of the greatest companies were. If I could show you a 4-point strategy, how many of you would like to really learn the strategy? Please let me see a show of hands. How many of you would like to learn this strategy? Say, I would like to learn this strategy. I want to show this to you right now. So I want you to look, and this is all about the bridge for closing the profitability gap. So I want you to think about your business. This session is all for you. Design this for you to think about where you are with regard to, have you adopted a good way to close the profitability gap? A better way? Or have you adopted the best way? But it's not good enough just to say, well, we've adopted the best way. You want to have not just confidence, let me give you a good word. Certitude. You not only know, but you know that the way that we've adopted is the absolute, irrefragable, irrefutable, best way to close the profitability gap. Let me tell you a little story about good, better, and best. Anybody ever had any operations on your brain? Please raise your hand. Anybody had an operation on your brain here at all? I have. I had an operation on my brain about a year and a half ago. It wasn't anything bad at all. Everybody's going, you okay? It's not going to freak out on us. And so I had this operation on my brain. I found out that I had a small little growth on the pituitary gland, but it's a brain operation. And so I went and did all the research and found a brain surgeon there in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And I found the guy and did all the study, went in and talked to him, had this consultation with him. And I sat down with him, Mark, and I looked him in the face and I said, is this going to be the best operation? Is it going to be the best? Guess what he said to me? It'll be good. I went, no. No, I didn't sign up for good. I'm not a good kind of guy. I'm a best guy. And then he started laughing. He said, no, I get it. I understand what you're saying. He said, no, this will be your best. When I said good, I meant best. He said, I'm one of the top surgeons in the nation. I said, no, I saw that. I just wanted to make sure you said it back to me before I go on the knife. We go, that you're going to really be in the best hands with my brain. So I came out of it fine. It removed a little bitty tumor there on the pituitary. It wasn't cancerous or anything, so it was all great. But here's the point. Life's too short to settle for good, because the good is the enemy of the best. Here's a little rhyme that you can take with you. Good, better, best. Never let it rest until your good is better and your better is best. So we want the best. So let's look at this now. If you look at the far left on the chasm here, and it says the best business inputs, let this stand for your current state. Here's where you are, and this represents your what. What do I mean by your what? Your what is what's most important to you. The values, your mission, your vision. You've figured this all out. This is our employee value proposition, our organizational unique value proposition. We've got all this figured out. This is our what. We really know our what. And then on the far right-hand side, this is your desired future state. This is your why. You have your what, current state. We figured out what's more important, what's less important, what's not important at all. We've got that down. And now we go over to the far right. And this is our why. This is why we're in business. We want sustainable competitive advantage. We want to achieve the triple bottom line. What is the triple bottom line? We don't call employees, we call them purpose partners. You think, why in the world would you do that? Here's why. What does it do for you to call you an employee? I'm an employee. But if you're a purpose partner, There's a purpose in the company. You're a partnership with the organization. So it really elevates, and like what Tom said, it really inspires the person, really enriches them, and impacts them because it includes this idea of ownership. You're owning the purpose, and you're a partner in us fulfilling our purpose. You have the what. Over here, what's more important, values, mission, and vision. Then you have the why, triple bottom line, happy purpose partners, happy customers, high profit, and all this leads to what? Create value for all stockholders, shareholders. So you got your what and you have your why. What's missing? Think. Say it. What's missing? How? That's what's missing. Your how. Another good term for this is methodology. What is your methodology? Proven, time-tested, but not a good methodology. What is the best? So there are three different traditional approaches to this. There's a good one. I'm going to show you a good way. Not yet, Dan. I'm going to show you the good way. Then I'm going to show you the better way. Then I'm going to show you the absolute, indubitable, irrefutable, irrefragable, the best way to doing it. And MiTek is doing it right now. So let's look at, first of all, the traditional way that people approach this. And this is a good way. Let's go there, Dan. All right, start with our business systems. Start with results. We want results. So you have a lot of companies, they say, okay, TQM. This was back 80s and 90s, total quality management, one of the greatest honors of my life in 1992. I'm from Tennessee, is my accent. So in 1992, the Tennessee was going through becoming a TQM state. North Carolina had become a TQM state. New York had become a TQM state. They said, Jack, it's a 3-day conference. Would you close out the conference and sell us all on becoming a TQM state? When we did that, they became a TQM state, total quality management. Then you have Lean that came in, then Six Sigma, then TOC, the theory of constraints. All this is good. This is your traditional approach. A lot of hospitals are jumping on with Lean now. And this is a good approach. However, when that is it, 85% of these initiatives fail. That's a reputable fact. 85% fail. I'm going to show you why in a second. But look at all this stuff. You look at process excellence, process principles, key business imperatives, key operational goals, execution imperatives, commitment to the goals, collaboration, creativity, solving problems, business mastery system. Excellent. This is a good way of doing it. However, by itself, if that's your initiative, that's your focus, it's all about processes. You're a process person. 85% failed. But it's good, but let me show you a better way. Dan, let's go to the better way. Here's a better way. You're going to add on to this what? Not only the business systems, the results, but now here's a better way. This is called what? Human systems. You're bringing in the human systems. You're bringing in the human spirit. You're honoring the human being. You have not only process excellence, if you look at the top of that on the bridge, people excellence. It says on the bridge itself, it says this is necessary, that the business systems, it's necessary. However, if you look on the other side under the human system relationships, it's not sufficient. You need both. But it's still a problem with this. Let's just run down real quick underneath the human systems. You have people excellence, 10 core beliefs. What are your core beliefs? What are your beliefs about people? Let me give you the thing that really separates us from all the other companies in the world in one phrase right now. Here's our differentiator. You ready? What is it really? What is really people first? It's the art of thinking more about others without thinking less about yourself. That's it. It takes a lifetime to learn that. Coupled with this philosophy of treating everyone with the utmost dignity, respect, and honor. If you do that, and this is also expressed in these 12 words, let no one seek his own, but each one the other's well-being. The world has not seen the economic prosperity in the understanding of teaching everyone and starting at home to seek the well-being, the interest of the other people at home. Now, so far we have good, starting with results. That's good. What's better is bringing in your human systems. That's better. It's much, much better. But we're still missing something. What are we missing? The order needs to be reversed. Watch this real quick. Watch. See it reverse? Go back again, Dan. Watch this. See? Look, what's first on this one? Say it with me. Business systems. You have what? Business mastery at the bottom there. Now hit it, Dan, and see now you have, it's not, look at the very bottom, it's not an either or prospect, it's a both and. Please say that with me. Both and. Not an either or. It's a both and. Who would like to have a copy of these slides? Anybody like to have a copy of this? I want to give you a copy of all this, all right? I want to give this to you, so I'll give it to you, okay? But if you want to take a picture right now, fine, if you would like to, okay? So we get the picture, you say, I want to take a picture. So let me just explain what you're looking at. We went from good to better to best. This is the best. This is not a way to do it. This is not a way, it's the way. It's the way that closes your profitability gap, and this is the way that does what? What are millennials crying for? Who knows what they're crying for? Number one, Gallup came out with this. The number one thing they're looking for is not a paycheck, it's purpose. That's what they're looking for. And they don't want the annual review. They want caring conversations to help me develop as a human being. They're craving for total person well-being, but less than 5% say they have it. They're craving for it. What? Total person well-being. And all 6 dimensions of human development. Mental, physical, spiritual, emotional, social, and financial. They're craving all of it. Balance. I've seen my parents and my grandparents. I've seen the end state of you. Your life is all your work. Look at me. There was no time with us. Where's the care about the family? I'm not going to raise my kids like this. I'm not going to do it your way because there was no heart connection and we missed the love, the joy, and the peace. So they're craving total person development. They're craving tap my potential. They're craving see me, the human being, not just a human doing. Here's a phrase that we should write down. Don't miss this. Here's what they're craving for. Millennials. Ready? See me, free me, so I can be me. See me, see who I am. See me. Set me free, free me, so I can be me. When we went into Kimberly-Clark, a professional, the Kleenex company, in 2008, they said we were looking for the #1 leadership program in America to transform our culture. They said, can I tell you why you won the contract? I said, yes, I would love to know why. I said, great. Usually we ask them that question. They're just telling us, I want to tell you why. So they took and we had this concentric circle model, and it's a bullseye, and we call it, please write these 4 letters down. Okay, here are the 4 letters. It is our PFOC model. PFOC. What does that stand for? In the very center of this bullseye, in the epicenter, the locus of meaning, the P stands for the person. The concentric circle, the next circle going out, PF, is family. The next circle going out, O, PFO, is organization. The last circle is community. P, person. F, family. O, organization. C, community. So, Jack, while you won this contract, most consultants, they come to us and they say, this is going to be great for Kimberly Clark. This is going to make you more profitable. It's great for you. You didn't do that. You said, this, first and foremost, is a human betterment program. It's going to make the individual better. It's going to help them grow as a human being, because companies don't grow, change, or transform. Please say I heard that. Let me repeat that. Companies don't grow, change, or transform. Only individuals grow, change, and transform, and that's by choice. And that choice comes in because you have a compelling connection to the human spirit. 3 things you have to have. C, compelling connection. Next C is a caring community. And the last C is contagious celebration. What's your compelling connection? You know, I love asking CEOs and looking them in the eye, what do you have to offer? How much of your life is worth modeling? If I were to follow you around 24/7, wake up with you today, what are your routines? What are your habits? What are your patterns of thought? Your patterns of emotions? Your patterns of behaviors? What are your consequence patterns? How are you living your life? How does your family feel about you? If you were to ask everyone in your family, ask them this question. How do you feel about you when you're around me? If they were to begin to do this, something's not quite right. But if they light up and say, wow, you know what? That you make me a better person. I was talking to a woman the other day, and she said, this man she's madly in love with, and she said, can I tell you why I love him so much? She said, because I've been with him for like 5 years, and she said, he makes me a better person. If you can do that as a leader, if you can have a company, you make everyone says, I want to be here when the alarm clock goes off. I have to get up and go to work here because everyone here makes me want to be a better person, and because of this community, this caring community, I am a better person. If you do that, you'll make your competition irrelevant. Good, better, best. Never let it rest till your good is better and your better is best. What's the best way of closing the profitability gap? Is to put people first. Honor them. Inspire them. What are their dreams? What are their aspirations? Tell me about your passion. What does business really boil down to? If you could take and boil it down to 2 major constructs, 2 major domains, what does business really boil down to? May I tell you? Relationships and results. In other words, it's the integration of the best human systems with the best business systems. The best, not good. You need to tell everyone that wants to come into your company, we do not have a good business system. We do not have a good human system. We have the best. Tom Manenti, he asked me, he said we were at a picnic, I think it was in 2012, August 2012 or so. He's asking, he said, what is it you tell me again? I said, what is it? Tell me again. What's this phrase? He said, I want to remember that. I'm going to speak to somebody. He said, tell me, what's our promise? I said, here's your promise. No one will treat you better or train you better than MiTek. Where do I sign up? No one. And we back it up. Call us in the carpet. No one. How are you doing? How are you doing as a human being? Well, they're the people that you meet. When you walk away from them, do they say, I just love being around this person. They bring out the best in me. They're not a prisoner of their own self-importance. They didn't occupy the conversation. They were not hubristic, prideful. They were not arrogant people. They were very humble because they cared about me. And you know how I know they cared? They were curious. They asked me genuine, authentic questions about me and my life. They were compassionate. They really felt my pain, my unhappiness, my happiness. I could really see it in them, what empathy they had. It's just amazing, this person. I like this person. I want to know them, and I'd like to become friends with that person. It's really like them. What a connection. That's people first. It's the integration of the best business systems with the best human systems. Let's just run down some of the things on the human systems and relationships. Let's come down, people excellence, core beliefs, 10 guiding principles we have, 78 behaviors, engagement imperatives, care, trust, respect, serving people, life mastery. In the human systems, it's all about what? If you haven't figured this out, you haven't figured out business. It's about serving people. On the business side, it's about solving problems. Where do we miss it? We have our own university, our People First International University. We have one of our professors here, Dr. Leslie McKnight, and she is her PhD. Give her a hand. Here she is. Give her a hand, Dr. McKnight. And she will tell you that every class she went to, she's OD, organizational background, PhD in organizational development. And she will tell you that every class she attended, not one person will start the class off with a definition of what it means to be human. We don't know what it means to be human. We don't understand that we're at our best when we serve other people. Where are we missing in a business? Where are we really missing in a business? We don't realize that business, I believe, is one of the greatest transformational agents for creating a better world, personally and for society. Business is. If we understand it's more than just money. We have money without meaning today. Earnings without ethics. Finances without fulfillment. Profits without purpose. Success without significance. We have a lot of people that's really hurting in America right now. Stress in America is costing $360 billion a year, according to the World Health Association. It's $360 billion a year. That's what it's costing us. Stress. Where's that stress coming from? Gallup says, as you saw in this clip before we started, Gallup says 33% of people are engaged in America. That's not good. But that's not the problem. That's a symptom. The stress, $360 billion a year in stress, that's a symptom. Jim Clifton says that because of people being not engaged, it's costing American businesses $450 to $550 billion a year because of disengaged people. What is that? It is a symptom of poor leadership. Karen Michael says, she's a labor lawyer, she says that all the study that's been about bad bosses, that bad bosses is costing American industry over $300 billion a year, bad bosses. It's a major problem. Look at, come down, and right above serving people, you see trust. How many of you know the 7 keys of trust. How important is trust with your organization? Do you have conversations about trust? Do you know the 7 keys of trust? I'm going to teach you the 7 keys of trust in 60 seconds. Does anyone believe that I can do this? Well, you probably wouldn't be saying it if you couldn't do this. So what I want you to do, I want everyone to stand up. Come on, stand up. Everybody stand up. I'm going to teach you the 7 keys of trust in 60 seconds. Now, you're not going to write this down. You're going to move your body. And then when you do it, I want you to turn to the person beside you and give it back to them. And you're going to really do this. Now, first of all, you've got to believe that you're going to do it. Please say, I believe. Okay, you believe. We're going to learn this is fun time, okay? You have a lot of lecture. We're going to have some fun time. Get your body moving. This is my newest book. The Simon Schuster is publishing this. It's going to hit all the bookstores October 31st. We're very thankful about this. We've been working this a long time. The book is titled The People First Effect, 7 Keys for Mastering High Trust in a Low Trust World. Who'd like to have a copy for free? Anybody like to have a copy for free? I'll give you this copy. We've dedicated the whole book to Tom Manenti. Please give Tom a big hand. We dedicated the book to Tom. And the first chapter of the book is all about the first key, and it's all about Tom's company. And we have 7 of the best People First CEOs that have been People First certified across America, and they have 1 chapter and 1 key on trust. And Tom leads it all off with character, so Tom can actually lead all this. All right. So you're going to learn the 7 keys of trust in 60 seconds. All right. Get your hands ready. Okay, it's going to be a kinesthetic learning with your body. Once you take this back, you can I've taught this to 8-year-olds. So you can teach it to kids. And I'm on a mission to teach people about trust all across America. And we've got 1 city that's already said they're going to become People First certified. And so they're going to do this. And it's one of my big goals, Charleston. So this is really exciting. And my wife and I are moving to St. Louis. Isn't that cool? And I want to see this town become a People First certified city, okay? Let's be on a mission, okay? We're going to learn all the 7 keys, okay? Put your hand in front of your face like this and say with me, character. Now, in the Roman plays, they would act and they would put a character mask on. It'd be either a smile or a frown because you couldn't see thousands of people what the emotions were. So they put this character mask on. Actually, the word hypocrisy means to speak from behind the mask. The mask may be like this, but the face is like this, okay? Hypocrite, all right? So say with me, character. Come on, character. All right, they all start with C, so that's easy also, okay? Say it again, character. All right, then put your hands like this. This stands for competence. Because you can't trust someone if they're not competent, okay? They have to be competent. Now bring your thumbs down like this with me and say confidence. Confidence, you have to be confident. Put your hands on your heart like this, say caring. And so the people have to be caring to trust them. Now bring your hands out like this and start typing. Say communication. They have to be good communicators to trust them. Now come out and point to your watch. That's making good time. Say consistent. Consistent has to be consistent, okay, to trust. Now point to your ring finger here and say commitment. That's all 7. Let's do it one more time. Here we go. Okay, let's do it. All right. Now I want you to turn 30 seconds, do it with someone there beside you. Okay, let's all do it together. Do you have it? I don't know. I hope. Don't test me. No, you're not going to bring me up here. Okay, here we go. Say it with me. Let's all say it together. Ready? Say character. Come on, character. Come on. Competence. Confidence. Caring. Communication. Consistency. And what? Commitment. 30 seconds. Turn the person beside you real quick. Come on, 30 seconds. Turn the person beside you and do it. Let's go. 30 seconds. 30 seconds. Let's go. Come on, 30 seconds. Give yourself a hand. Everybody sit down. That's good. Sit down. Let's go. Sit down. Everybody sit down. You can sit down now. Thank you. Okay, watch this. Let me close up with this. Ready? Now, just think if you really knew all those, what they meant. In the book, we give you 9 clues underneath each key of trust. Think about if you really understood that and was able to teach this and then practice it, live these 7 keys of trust, how it would transform your life and transform the lives of all of your people in your company. Where are we missing all this? We're not taking it and saying, everything you're going to learn here in our organization, we're going to teach you to take it to your home first. We're going to teach you how to serve people. Look at this. Serve people at home first and then solve problems with people at home. I was here a couple weeks ago, and I was on the on the National Rent-A-Car, and coming back and going back to the National Rent-A-Car, and I asked the guy, John, that's always his name, I like using people's names. I said, hey, John, how are you doing? Just me and him on it so I could talk to him. Hey, John, how you doing? He started talking to him. He started talking about his problems. He said, and I was talking about his life. I said, how's your life? What are you passionate about? He said, well, I have this son. He said, my son's giving me all kind of problems, so I want to serve people. I said, what are the problems? He said, my son is not involved in studies at all whatsoever. I said, okay, look here at the bottom. What's it say with me? Purpose. What's the next word? Say it. Passion. What's the next word? Potential. Next is what? Profit. So I asked him, I said, what's your son's passion? He said, oh, he's 13 and he hates school, but his passion, he wants to be a firefighter. He loves that. I said, he loves it. I said, John, do this. I said, do you mind if I give you a strategy, help you solve this problem? He said, no, go ahead. Serving people, solving problems. I said, have you ever thought about calling the fire station and asking the people, hey, I've got the son, he's got a problem with school, and let him see the fire station, get him involved in his passion, and then say, now you want this? Yeah. Go to school, graduate, keep those studies up, because this is what we did. We had to study, and we have a great life. He says, that's a great solution. He said, I'm going to do that. We need to give people these strategies to understand the happiest people in the world are those that are serving people and solving problems. But you need to have be the best at it. They need to see it modeled. How much of your leadership style is worth modeling with regard to service? Who are you serving? And not to make something out of it, but just purely, I want to give. I really want to serve. And what problems are you solving? The most important problems are the personal problems. And there's no such thing as a life that doesn't have problems. Please say yes. No such thing as a life of a person that does not have problems. Everyone has problems. What's your strategies? Don't have good ones? The best. I want to close with 2 stories. Warren Buffett, Berkshire Hathaway Company, right? Warren Buffett, he sat down with Walmart, and he wanted to purchase an acquisition for one of Walmart's companies. This was McLane Distribution. McLane Distribution, he wanted to purchase this company. It was not a small transaction. $23 billion to acquire McLane Distribution. Normally that could take years, millions of dollars, lawyers, auditors, accountants, back and forth, litigious process, getting into all this, could take years and millions of dollars. How long did it take Warren Buffett to sit down with a person of high trust from Walmart? 2 hours. Handshake. 1 month. Done. Trust, the value. We have not seen the economic profitability worked out in our own personal lives if we become more trustworthy with these 7 keys of trust. Last story I want to tell you, and I'll close with this. There was a woman that came to Gandhi and asked Gandhi and said, Gandhi, could you please help my son? What's your son's problem? My son's addicted to sugar, and he is 15 years old, he's overweight, and the doctor said that he's this close to becoming a diabetic. He has to stop sugar now, but he's addicted to it. It's been a lot of my fault that I've done. And Gandhi turned to her and he said this. Shocked her. I'd like to see him in 2 weeks. 2 weeks? Why? She was quizzical. Why 2 weeks? Please. I'll see him in 2 weeks, no sooner. Puzzled. 2 weeks went by, brought the boy in, sat before Gandhi, and then he said, in a private conversation, why? Why, Gandhi? Why 2 weeks? He was humble, admitted his own problem, and said, I was addicted to sugar. That was my wake-up call. I could not talk to your son about sugar, the evils of sugar, until I got off of sugar. I could not touch sugar for at least 2 weeks to be authentic about him, the importance of being off sugar. I could get off sugar. To be, don't miss, let me end with this one word. Example. All the books have been written, a plethora of books have been written on leadership. All of them could be subsumed under this one word. Example. What's our example? The 4 strategies are purpose, that we know what's more important. We have our human systems, that gives us our passion. We have our potential, we're tapping our potential with our business systems. And the profit is what? Measure more, not just in the financial, but it's purpose partner well-being, family well-being, organizational well-being, customer well-being, financial well-being, and then community well-being. That's what you're really after. Total person well-being. That is where you're truly profitable, and people will beat down your door to be part of this community. That's a transformational community. So let's take this and let's do what? Good, better, best. Never let it rest until your good is better and your better is best. So go out and show the world that your company is not good, it's not better, it's the best. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.